You ready? You all are ready, folks. Let's fight. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope you guys have had a good day. Hope you guys put in the work today and people don't have to take back some of the salary at the end of the month. Good, folks. We trust that all is well at your end. Wherever you're joining us from, wherever you all are joining us from, we hope that you guys are good and well, and we got a couple of things to talk to you guys about, and then we're out of here so you can go on with the rest of life, the rest of it. But good to have each and every one of you here. Diane Graves Andy's here, Elise Williams, Colvis Bino, Everil, Emily, Sudhari, Sharon Bascom, and Cherryland. Good to have you, Penelope and Renwick. Emily Durant is here as well, folks. All our favorite folks. All our favorite folks. We trust that you guys are good. Lester and Deborah, Michelle, Limerick. Good to have you. Paul Board is on the live tonight, folks. Let me ring that bell one time for Paul Board. And that lovely fella I met at the National Assembly today at Parliament Building today, who says he watches the program all the time. Rastaman, respect and manners to you as well. Good to have all of you on the live. What them boys doing with this country? What are they doing? Dolly Bantu, I see Shawnit is here. What are they doing? This cash grant thing got a lot of problems. This cash grant story got a lot of problems. You all see what's happening in this country? It is total chaos, total confusion. Folks, share the live, the man. Smash that emoji button for us, please and thank you. Vice President Jack Dio said, he said that this thing was going to be better. Last year was testing phase, such and so forth. But by this year, things were going to begin to look up. Who's sharing the live for us tonight? Who going to help us to smash the damn emoji button? It ain't going to smash itself. Help us out, please and thank you. Smash, smash, smash. He said things will be better. He said things are going to be better. Have they been? That is the question that I'm asking you guys. Have things been better? As Jack Dio promised. Have they been better, folks? I say a resounding no. I say a resounding no, they have not been better. They have not been better. And when he should have been working, now he busy. He busy. Ali had the energy conference today. While the soldiers were going through their travails, orphan Ali, he was at the energy conference. Oh yes. You see these folks here? I'm coming around to you later on. I'm coming back to him later on. I'm going to come back to you later on. We got to deal with him condignly. Irfan Ali. We got to deal with him condignly. We're going to circle back to him. We're going to circle back to him. So while the people were going through the travails for the scam grant, the cash grant, while they were going through their travails, folks, we there. What have we here? Pompey again. Wasn't Pompey here last month? Wasn't Pompey the same one who President Donald Trump, took back his Secret Service security detail? Same person. Same person. Wasn't he here just last week at State House meeting with Orphan? Huh? Well, now he met with Jack Dio today. Folks, you see, y'all seeing some things in broad daylight. And y'all gonna take a lamp stick to go look for it nighttime. The 2025 elections, the rigging has already commenced. It's just that some of you have not been paying attention. Pompeo, a much slimmer version. Whatever area is on, he is on to Pompeo. He was here on an official state visit. You remember that? He promised orphan. You see this catfish ban? I ain't take care of that. You don't worry that. Trump listens to me. We got that. You got that. You got that. Even don't say it, man. You got that. You don't even think about that. Well, we're still waiting. Just like how the Surinamese bus here from back with those 50 licenses. Another state visit. Chandrika Prasad Santoki, president of Suriname, came together and had a state visit. They like state visits, huh? But I ain't got too much to show for them. We ain't any license yet. We ain't any catfish ban lifted as yet. But Pompeo came back. They ain't talking about no catfish. And you all know, you don't like fish on the whole. You know, Jack, you don't like no fish. You know, Kwame don't like no fish. They don't like fish over there. Look, you get a good piece of fish. Well prepared, thick. Get it in your mouth like, we're fish people on this side. They ain't talking about no catfish on that side. Nonsense. What are you talking about? Aye, that's the thing, Bantu. Andrew, what are you talking about? Pamela, what are you talking about? Yvette, Maureen, Donna, Hetty. What are you talking about? Huh? They're talking about the weather? They're talking about showing at Astor? We're showing at Metropole? We're showing at Strand? We ain't not there for old talk. But the vice president would only say they met. Pompeo don't work for the American government. Who is he lobbying for? But see, Guyanese don't deserve to know that. Because them boys kind of own private business there, of course. Their own private business. That's what's happening there. And state time and state resources. So while Jack Dio was meeting with Pompeo, folks in this country, Michelle Justice, Odessa Solomon, were going through the time of their lives with this scam grant. If you stand up in a line since 3 in the morning, 11, 2 o'clock in the day, people come to tell you some confunction nonsense. I can see how some folks could get a bit frustrated. I can see that. We're all just human. So patience gives way to frustration sometimes. Take a look.
There were at the end of last November.
People all across this country are frustrated. The PPP promised the process was going to be smoother. That's not happening. That isn't happening. What you saw that there, that's frustration. It's exhaustion, exasperation. That's what's happening there. Because you got these jacobats trench crapos, tadpoles, and cricketers to deal with. Pompeo got to go in no line. Pompeo got to go in no Hudson. Nasa G. And G reminds us on the 10th day of November, or rather it was October, Parliament had just come out of recess. The very day, 10th day of October, 2024, earphones to the National Assembly, he said instantaneously, every household, instantaneously. Folks, we're still waiting. Still waiting. And as one woman said, today, she not only waited, by the time she got up to the front, she looking for the cash grant, and the cash grant looking for her. Somebody came in out, with a name similar to hers, and gone with the lady scam grant, cash grant. Shut up. Let the lady talk show and story.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nafiza Ali. I am a resident of Westminster. I've been here this morning to uplift my cash grant. The process was very smooth, very nice, and everything. Now, when it reached for my turn at the desk, I was only made to find out that somebody with the same Nafiza Ali had uplift and signed for my check. Right? Now, if I wasn't here yesterday, how come I signed and uplift my check? Now, my surname is A-L-I. The other person is A-L-L-I. There's an extra L. The individual took the check with my A-L-I to a specific bank and cashed that check. Cash that check at the bank with A-L-I on it. Now, where are we heading in this country? Where is the democracy? What's really going on? What's really going on? How A-L-I can be cashed on A-L-L-I? How A-L-L-I could cash an A-L-I check? Somebody need to explain this. This got a lot of screws. This thing is going to have a lot of black market on the check, for handling checks now.
First of all, I got a lot of ordinary.
This thing got a lot of screws. Nafisa, you're wrong. This thing got a lot of screws. A lot of screws. Black market business. They got the lady check. And them folks in this thing airtight, you know. This thing airtight. They got the lady check. Drawn and withdrawn. Nafisa, you're wrong. Nafiza Ali with the extra L. You're wrong. How some of y'all can see father face? You go and you buy a little calorie, a little badger, your throat scratching. You don't even know why. Scam grant money, you thief. You don't even know why. You think Pompey got going any line? Any hot sun? You think Pompey landing out of frustration? You better get your Guyanese everywhere. You better get yourself together. This thing got a lot of screws, you know. A lot of screws. This thing got. Look, I hear in some places businesses changing this cash grant check. You get a check change for 3,000. You gotta go to no bank. You understand? The lady talk about black market business. The lady talk about black market business. But Exit Solomon is in a lot of screws, you know. Bernadette and Roxanne, Manmohan, they sing a lot of screws, Glenford. A lot of black market business, yeah. Some businesses cash in the cash grant check for people, but you gotta pay 3,000. You gotta be so careful. And the nurses at Maikoni, the assistant nurses, whatever they call them, government owned them for months. As I said, a scampish black market business in this place, you know. They sing a lot of screws. Tonica, Odessa Solomon, he got a lot of screws. According to Big Auntie, a lot of screws. That's what we see happening here. So it was just chaos all day. We saw a lot of what was going on in Linden, Region 6, here, the Georgetown here. Many people money coming here and someplace on the East Bank. Still waiting. You know how much it is to bring Pompeo, put you up at Marriott and one of them places? Huh? This thing got a lot of screws. Pompeo staying in Kwamna Street, you know. Where them Spanish girls got the full package. Pompeo staying in Kwamna Street. You better put him by Pegasus or Marriott or somewhere like that. Princess, no. He won't be caught dead in the Princess. Laverne Joseph's side hustle. People charging a fee to change a check. Look, if you go and deposit your check in your bank account, even through the ATM, you deposit that check 2 days. 3 days, you get a full 100,000. Don't let anybody pack you, rob you out of $3,000. Right? You know, $3,000 could buy a whole tray of egg. A whole tray of eggs. That $3,000 could buy. Don't let anybody pack you us, folks. Please and thank you. Don't let it do it. Don't do it. Tis the season, folks. Tis the season. Tis the season. Carnival of misery. Late great national poet Martin Carter says, season of oppression, dark metal and tears. Tis the season. We're still in budget, you know. A lot of people think the budget period finished. It don't start. You know, see, since budget passed, Pompeo land back. Since budget passed, Oil and Gas Conference come forth. Since budget passed, cash grant to share. This thing got a lot of screws. But we heading down. We heading down, folks. We heading down. We heading down. Setting up myself here. We heading down. This is where we going, you know. And I hope some of y'all, you got on your boots, you got your shoes ready, your socks, you had tie your handkerchief. So we got a lot of work to do, brothers and sisters, across the length and breadth of this country. We got a lot of work to do. When you all see me in the streets, y'all say hello. And let's get about it. We ain't got time for long talk. When we meet in the streets, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Please and thank you. Let's get to it. So there's a lot happening. Yesterday, we sitting in the National Assembly. A lot of things transpired there. Of course, one of it, the biggest of the things that happened yesterday, a motion by the parliamentary opposition for the rehabilitation of the Rupentier Cemetery was passed in the National Assembly yesterday. That motion was passed. You know, as you talk about certain things, y'all deal with it.
A motion by Member of Parliament Walter Lawrence on the enhancement of the Rupentier Cemetery has led to Works Minister Juan Edgel calling on the People's National Congress reform to pay its outstanding rates and taxes. Edgehill claims that the People's National Congress reform owes some $6 billion in rates and taxes. He spoke of a plan to enhance the cemetery. He said that drains and roads in the cemetery need to be upgraded.
Our estimates that we are working with, if the company that is a holding company for Congress Place, we have the rates and taxes, I only need 1.3 billion out of that 6.4, and we could get all the work done in cemetery.
But City Hall said the amount of debt attributed to Congress Place may not be correct. Mayor Alfred Mentor said that the trustees to Congress Place had paid substantial sums. He said that over the years there were adjustments. Congress Place had also benefited from amnesties, he said. For its part, the government owes City Hall some $18 billion and counting. However, Edgehill said that the comprehensive works are being undertaken to improve the cemetery.
We have spent just on the main access roads, including the access roads contiguous to the Leprontier Cemetery, for the enhancement of Georgetown and bringing dignity to the living, as the honorable member asks that we do. We have already expended almost $20 billion in the improvement of Georgetown.
This money was spent on roads in the city, according to Edgehill. He said that works were done on Hunter Street. And he said that there is tomb squatting. People are building tombs illegally.
Sussex Street, on both sides of the cemetery road that runs at the outskirts of the Leprontier Cemetery, is being rehabilitated and upgraded, which will give greater access to the Leprontier Cemetery. For the first time in the history of Guyana, we're going to have a road from Cemetery Road on the southern extremity of the Leprontier Cemetery all the way to Mandela Avenue.
He said that Princess Street to the north is being rehabilitated. Edgehill said that the works will be conducted on the roads and drains in the cemetery.
Yeah. So that's some of what transpired yesterday. And MP Ganesh Mahi Paul, on the same subject of the Leprontier Cemetery, the same subject of City Hall, he had some thoughts as well. And I want to refer you to that, just in case you missed it yesterday.
Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahi Paul has said that the government speakers on the motion calling for the enhancement of Leprontier Cemetery want people to believe that Guyana began in 2015. He saw the motion as a simple motion that should have been disposed of within half an hour.
My honorable friends on the other side sought to introduce the usual politicking, thinking that the Guyanese people can easily be fooled. And when we listen to the arguments that are put forward by my friends on the other side, it is as though they want us to believe that Guyana began its existence in 2015. And they seem to want us to forget that 23 years before 2015, the People's Progressive Party was in government.
He said that Georgetown became a garbage city under the PPP.
In 1992, when you came to government, it was the Garden City. It was the Garden City. And it seems to me as though, because the People's National Congress reform, through a democratic process, is controlling or governing Georgetown, it is bothering you.
Charles Ramsden said that he had driven around the city 3 days ago and admitted that the city was in a state that it shouldn't have been in.
Let me remind him, Madam Deputy Speaker, in 2015, it was not in that state. In 2020, between 2020 and 2015, it was not in that state. 2015, When the very David Granger came to government with his government, it was people, it was the private sector, it wasn't the government, it wasn't the AP and UFC government, the people, Guyanese, ordinary people, how fed up they were with the 23 years. The ordinary people came together. The ordinary people formed themselves into teams and they created a movement to clean Georgetown.
My Paul said that Georgetown was restored to the Garden City.
After 4.5 years of this People's Progressive Party, they come now to tell us that it's in a state it should not have been. You created it in that state. All of you over there, you are responsible for the state of Georgetown right now.
He said that the period was marked by flooding after the barest minimum of rainfall.
But the People's Progressive Party, they simply have a problem because they're not controlling Georgetown. Well, you will never control Georgetown because the people of Georgetown are sensible and they know who are responsible for having them in the state they currently find themselves in. And in 9 months' time, they will show you what is it that they can do.
He said that while City Hall collects $2 billion per year in rates and taxes, the government collects hundreds of billions of dollars from the same residents of Georgetown.
It is necessary, Madam Deputy Speaker, for me to mention that when the coalition was in government, we made significant investment in Georgetown. But not just Georgetown, Madam Deputy Speaker. It must be recalled that when we talk about these tongues and their subventions, the People's Progressive Party had subvention for Georgetown in 2015 at $22 million. $22 million. We had no oil money. No. Absolutely no oil money. But we were able to raise that subvention to $30 million.
He said that after more than 4 years, the government subvention to City Hall is still $30 million.
Yep. The man himself, MP Ganesh Maipur, laying out the case, laying it into them as well. Fantastic orator. Ganesh Mahipur. I'm happy he's on our team. Tremendously happy that he is on our team. Because a couple other things happening we think you guys ought to know about. A couple other things. Folks, the world has been busy. The world has been busy. Nothing stands still, you know. Things just keeps moving on and on and on and on. And you either get with the program and you get left behind. Get with the program or get left behind. Plain and simple. Them boys have been tried and they've been found wanting. They have been tried, friends, and found wanting. You see this thing here with our Venezuelans, brothers and sisters, the Venezuelan government, they send the cartos. It's easy to talk the talk, but see walking the walk? Huh? Oh, they were coming to make our territorial borders great again. The same people wanted to give a little channel out in the Atlantic to the Venezuelans. Same folks. And now they're being tried. And they've been found wanting. We are going to circle back to this. We're going to definitely circle back to this. But quite a few things we're following tonight, folks. Quite a few things. Missing 12-year-old found in a house in Bobis. With a man, a hardback roach. It is reported that the 12-year-old was raped. You got some sick people in this place, you know. Raped by this man. And then she was made to take care of his 1-year-old baby. Small wonder the woman gone and left him. And there's the children, like the 12-year-old, like the baby, who always feel the brunt of it. Thankfully, the fellow is in police custody. And the girl mother shared her harrowing story on Facebook quite recently, with the leader of the ALP, Simona Brooms. And she confirmed that the young lady was found safe. I find that the Child Care Protection Agency these days, Post and Green is on the back foot on these issues. I don't see Minister Vindhya Prasad on the forefront of these issues, rescuing young people who find themselves in these precarious situations. It's like all of them distracted. What have their attention? I don't know. I don't know why people don't reach out to this government. And when they reach, perhaps because when they reach out, they don't get no help. They get no help. It's a royal runaround. And that's why you see lots of the frustrations we're seeing out there. And so we're so thankful that this young lady was rescued, and she is going to need a lot of help getting back on her feet. And as we are in India, that's Region 6. There was a particular story in Region 3 in which a 15-year-old was rescued from trafficking. One Asif Ibrahim has been convicted for trafficking a 15-year-old in Region 3. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison, 1 month for assault. This victim, they tell us, was rescued on January 18th at Abraham's residence at Vreden Hoop. Yeah. A lot of sick people. Now, what enjoyment is there? The Ministry of Human Services says that they support, right, the victim, and they're open to support other persons. We got to pick up the speed, you know. We got to pick up the speed. You got to let Vindhya's staff tell you about her behavior, conduct, and madness that happens at that ministry. We've been trying to find some time. Some folks sent us a report. We need like 3 programs to delve into that report at Human Services. We need like 3 programs. The amount of things: friends, family, and favorites first. Not rescuing 15 and 12-year-olds from what they've been experiencing here. Yeah. And who you can give work to? The unqualified. Friends, family, favorites, and flatterers. You all know the whole thing. And I don't know if this government has been listening to us. But the problem that Jagdio raised about the banking sector, if he'd been meeting with the banking sector like he's been meeting with Pompeo, we'd solve the problem. And you all know we've said it here. COVID, the cash grant distribution has been a missed opportunity for this government to get more people into the formal banking system. It should have been mandatory The people have to have a bank account. You'll encourage people to get a passport, encourage people to get an ID card to be able to open the account. And then you debit that money. In some places, government have a good cash in hand. And then you hear what's happening with the checks. You heard her sister Ali, when she said she went to pick up her check, the check looking for her, she looking for the check. We got to come away from this paper-based system. I was listening to Irfan Ali this morning, sparing y'all the trials and travails, and hearing Irfan articulate all the things they're doing with AI. I know somebody prepared for him. There ain't no government program. That was fluff for the visitors. And on the other side of the tongue, chaos and mayhem. Where is AI for the efficiency of the distribution of these checks? Where is it? Everything is in the distant future. You gotta wait. Teachers gotta wait till 2030 to get proper pay. Everything is a long wait and grow. 5 years later, you gotta wait for them to fix the Reuben tier. You gotta bring a motion, bring them into submission, and then wait for them to fix it. Billions upon billions, and we're wasting time in this country, man. We're wasting time. But you see, the problem is they don't go to the banks. You see, they're talking about second-hand information, third-hand information. When you and I go to the banks, and you got to take a day out from work, you got to get a piece of roti in the bag, you got to get a sandwich, you better get a little bottle of Cokes, a half chicken fried rice, because you could be in the line a little while. I was happy to be in my bank of choice, the Aurora Bank, this morning. I was in and out. You know, the line was moving. They got a certain rhythm. I like it. They picked up the pace a little bit. And, you know, the Aurora Bank has been doing some very innovative things. They've been leading the way. Republic Bank? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Bam, bam. I don't know what to know about Republic Bank. I just don't know. They're doing the most. That's all I can tell you. They're doing the most. Case in point. Case in point. We got a prepaid meter. Is it prepaid? Prepaid meter. Right? We can take money out the bank to put in MMG. Somebody tag GTT. You can take money out the bank to put in GT&T MMG, but you can't send it the other way. This can't be rocket science. Clearly. Right? You can take it out, but you can't put it in. Let me fix them. That's number one. That's number one. When you take it out, you're going to laugh me in the diaspora. When you take it out, it's taking you 3 days. You're in the same country, you know. It's taking you 3 days to meet from your account to the MMG app. So if you're in an emergency, can't eat your dinner. Can't eat your dinner. I'm in the bank the other day. I lost my bank card, misplaced it someplace. Had to change. Explaining to the young lady, for some reason, the Visa feature wasn't working. It keeps bouncing back all the time. I said, check with the bank, check with the bank. I know I got a little 10,000 in there, a little 50 US. You can do a little something online. The thing keep bouncing back, bouncing back. I went upstairs, talked with the young lady, right? She said, I think I'll fix it here. But if you have any troubles, call this number for the visa department. I'm in the bank. In the bank. Check the system. It's still bouncing back. But I can't see somebody in this visa department. I got to call them. I got to call them. This is madness. This is madness. If my little Netflix go down, I can go in the chat with somebody halfway around the world and troubleshoot the problem. Bap, 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 bap. Let me carry on going through Netflix. Bap, 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 bap. Under 5 minutes. Then people could correct the problem. Thing working. Money gone through. I in the bank and can't talk to the people in their visa department, in their bank. You gotta go call them. I send them my money for the bank account to MMG. I gotta wait 2 days. You see? You gotta wait 2 days. We gotta pick up the speed. So we've had lots of missed opportunities thanks to this government. And lots of missed opportunities. They themselves know playing catch up with the banking sector. But I understand how easy it is to go and to talk lofty things and fluffy, fluffy things as well. You know, there was a plan by this government. You don't hear them talk plenty about it now. There was a plan by this government. Let me see how much of y'all is do your homework and y'all, you know, the little ginkgo and so on, got y'all steady. You remember the 20, the 25 by 25? You remember the 25 by 25? Oh, they had a big agricultural expo and some, you know, these are the expo people. These are the, that's why it's going to get exposed. These are the expo people, right? 25 by 25. And they're going to do all these, well, let's stop talking about it now. They're going to do all these lofty things, man. Huh? This and that. The aim of it was to pull down the food import bill of CARICOM. Oh, and Earphone was going to be the champion, and oh, he was going to provide leadership and all of that. The whole thing crashed up. Like the scam grant. You see, when you're coming from a place that is not pure, that is not sincere, you'll always find that. So the whole scam grant and the whole process crash up. I'm literally looking for the notation. They don't talk about it. I listened to Earphone this morning. Earphone touched on every other thing under the sun. Right? He ain't touching that, you know. So they have forgotten about the 25 by 2025. I think that was the arithmetic. They've forgotten clean about that. They've gone on to something, you know, AI police force, AI governance, AI youth. They're just hating, you know. Right? They're just hating. They don't know reading. They do no studies. You know they don't like studies and books and all them kind of stuff. Right? They don't think. They see a book, they think about teeth. I think about teeth in the book. They don't even know why the teeth in the book. Something about them just inside them said teeth. And the teeth the law book. They ain't gonna read it. But it is what it is. Earphone spoke this morning. He ain't touched nothing but 25 by 2025. He's about AI in agriculture. But like he forget. They didn't insert a piece in his speech. He spoke a lot of things today, folks. Some of it.
President Irfanali told the opening of the oil and gas conference today that the only road to success is partnership.
One of the most important things in the building of relationship between countries and the building of relationship between businesses is trust. We must be able to trust each other. Trust is a foundational pillar through which partnership is built and through which we succeed.
He said that there is trust and Guyana has built a lot of partnerships. He singled out the Dominican Republic. He also said that there is a $120 million US investment in a Guyana Technical Training College.
That would not only train the best to function in the oil and gas sector, not only train the best in fabrication and other support services for the oil and gas sector, but a center that would eventually be the home for global training, especially in deep sea exploration and operation.
He said that this training center would leapfrog Guyana into the future. He said that the hospitality sector is also taking Guyana forward.
All around Guyana, new hotels, new resorts, new restaurants, new facilities are being built. But we have to service those facilities. We have to ensure that we train our people to work in those facilities. And what we're doing, we're investing in a state-of-the-art hospitality training center in Guyana alongside the Guyana Technical Training College.
He said that all of those being trained would be linked to jobs. This is a program being powered by the Toronto Metropolitan University. 2 nursing schools are also being built in the face of a nursing shortage.
But we also want to be a global trainer of nurses. But we realize that we need to attract a partner that would help us to be a global player in this area. And that is why we're discussing with Northwell from the US, a partnership through which our nursing program and their nursing program will coexist, giving the international certification so we can be a global trainer for nursing.
He said that this government is addressing other areas in the health sector. He spoke of the scholarships being granted by the government, more than any granted over the last 30 to 40 years combined.
Here finale, the Jagabat himself. I tell you all, the fellas talk half and left half. Yep. We didn't talk about this, this plan that they had 2 years ago. How they can pull down the food import bill by 30 million US dollars. They want to reduce the food import bill. When last you hear about this? 25 by 2025. You say I told you we do our homework on this side, you know. Right? I hope you all notice we ain't got no little paper flicking in our hands here. Right? We ready for the big leagues, you know. We ain't got no little paper like earphone and no life flicking around. Right? Flicking around. You all remember this? Look at some of the things they when I was listening to Orphan this morning, I said, what happened to the big money spent here in this Agri Forum and Expo? Right? It was a one-hit wonder. Investing in Vision 25 by 2025. This is the year. Where are we in this? Look some of the things they promised, folks, before we wrap up. What are they going to do? Brackish water shrimp, Pacific white leg shrimp, research and development, poultry production, corn, vegetable production, rice production, sheep production. The numbers 10. That's why they get time with this. The numbers 10. That's why they don't have time with this. It's all these lofty things. And we were accused last evening of having all these big ideas. Having all these big ideas. Folks, you don't worry these people, you know. Don't bother with these people. Take what I tell you. Don't bother with them. Don't bother with them. So while Irfan this morning was, you know, with all this grandiose AI and this and that and so on. Soldiers in this country battling for their lives. Folks, I hear a couple of things about the syndicatos and the soldiers. I'm so thankful. We're so thankful that all our men are safe and sound. And we didn't lose anyone. They've been shot up. But these guys are made of sterner stuff. But some of what I heard is a little frightening. In this fastest growing economy, it's troubling, folks. They're telling us, we learned that where these soldiers were assaulted, came on a heavy fire, barrage of fire. They had to borrow a boat from somebody to come out. And then when them boys at base camp in Ghana applying for the Bell helicopter walk in, our soldiers came under fire. Yesterday, it took the fastest growing economy government close to 24 hours to get a helicopter, to get an aircraft in there to medevac these guys who were shot, some of them multiple times. Y'all think the talk is cheap to go on a stage and have 6 or 7 people help prepare a speech for you, and you go like you know what you're talking about, and like this boat, this ship sailing, but the thing taking on water, you know, the anchor cut way, and you're just drifting and taking on water. So the boat didn't walk in. The bell was down. And these guys out here selling dreams. Selling dreams. Now, if you joined our morning program as we wrap up, you know I have said, everyone can't just bad for the parliamentary opposition. I saw calm, composed Irfan as though he's having high tea, talking about how they're evaluating the attack on the officers. Them boys were never known for evaluating anything. You remember things are a no-brainer for them. They're all wise, all knowing. Had it been, for instance, somebody from the parliamentary opposition said an ill word against a soldier or the GDF or the chief of staff, you would have seen letters from Priya, this body, that body, Mark Phillips, Teixeira. But 5 of our soldiers have been shot. And these boys are telling us, we're evaluating. We're evaluating. They have been tried, folks, the PPP government, and they have been found wanting. And the last point I want to make. The last point I want to make. I was made to understand this afternoon, the news broke on the wires that 3 of those suspected to have committed this assault on our Guyana Defense Force soldiers, 3 of them were in custody, and 1 was reportedly killed. Folks, we there. Because I can read for myself. And Forrest Burnham says, it's not only good to read what is on the line. I'm doing a rough paraphrase, but what is between the lines as well. I look and I saw this, I said, what the devil? The statement from our government said something to the effect. The Venezuelan government, the Venezuelan authorities told them, right, that they went after the sindicatos who shot at our soldiers, the Venezuelans, not us, not we, the Venezuelans. I see a photograph of the men that they claim to have apprehended, or the one who is reportedly shot dead. I see a picture. I tell you, when I find a Pacu, he'll have busty back. And if he says chop it, well, he back and get bust many times. The Venezuelans telling us, oh, we have apprehended them. We've apprehended our countrymen on your behalf, who we don't like, and who we claim half to your country. And by the way, we shot and killed one of them because we value our relationship as neighbors. This is nice time. I thought when I saw the thing, it was the Guyana Defense Force that wailed into them and provided a measured and proportionate response. I don't know, it's the Venezuelans telling us some Nancy story that really and truly the statement should have started, Marie. My father had a tree. It used to bear a kind of fruit, outside red and inside white. And when you eat it, you just get chop it. And people just bust your back. So for the short of it, I don't believe a word. I don't believe a word of that. Because if you believe that the Venezuelans went after the Sindicatos, killed one of them, apprehended 3, well, you will believe also that the black box from the downed chopper that killed 5 of our soldiers was so badly damaged, we can get no information from it. You have to believe that also. Good folks, you will have to believe that as well. But for now, that's our time, good folks. And that's our program. Thank you folks so much for joining us this evening. That's our time. It's madness. And thanks to the 3,300 of you who joined us live tonight. That's our program. The Venezuelan telling us. They went after the Sindicatos. Y'all don't worry about them. We got them, man. We got them. Yeah, no. 5 of your guys were shot, you know. We killed one of them and we apprehended 3, don't worry. And mind you, an earlier report said the men were wearing masks. An earlier report said the fellas were wearing masks. Their identities were concealed, but Venezuelans went after them, captured 3, killed 1. And the black box, so badly damaged from that chopper that went down with 5 of our bravest and finest. Right? The information with the circumstances involving how the chopper went down cannot be retrieved. Yeah. That's the time, good folks. That's it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Have a great evening. Stay safe.